What's up guys, Jason here. In this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make a simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock wool farm. This farm works on 1.21 and on all platforms of Minecraft Bedrock, whether you play on a phone, tablet, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, or PC. As you guys can see here, this farm can be used to produce a lot of any color of wool. For this farm, you'll need 2 chests, 1 hopper, 1 minecart hopper, 1 rail, 9 dirt or grass blocks, 4 dispensers, 1 glass block, 1 observer, 10 redstone, 4 shears, and finally about 10 solid blocks. You can use any type of solid block that you want. A couple examples of solid blocks are smooth stone or cobblestone. The first step is to choose an area to make this farm at. If you have grass blocks, you can make this farm anywhere. If you don't have grass blocks, you'll need to make this farm over an area that has grass. Once you have chosen an area to make this farm at, place 2 chests. Then crouch down and place a hopper over here. Make sure the nozzle of that hopper is pointing downwards towards that chest. Then crouch down and place a solid block on this hopper. Now place a dirt or grass block at each of these spots. At this point, if you used dirt blocks instead of grass blocks to make this farm, place 2 dirt blocks over here, and 1 dirt block over here. By creating that path, grass should be able to eventually spread to those dirt blocks. The next step is to break this block. Then crouch down and place a rail over here. By the way, it does not matter what direction the rail is facing. Then place a minecart hopper at this spot. This will be the collection system in this farm. That minecart hopper will collect the wool. The wool will then get funneled down by that hopper into that chest. At this point, go behind the farm. Then place an observer over here. Make sure the top barrel of that observer is facing this way. Now place a dirt block in front of the observer. After you have done that temporarily, place a solid block over here. Then place a glass block over here and a solid block at each of these spots. After you have done that, break this block. Now place a dispenser at each of these spots. Make sure all those dispensers are facing the correct directions. Those dispensers will automatically shear the sheep. The next step is to crouch down and place a solid block at each of these spots. Then go behind the farm. Now place a solid block over here and 2 solid blocks over here. Then place 3 redstone like this. 1, 2, 3. Now crouch down and place redstone at each of these spots. That redstone will connect the observer to those dispensers. Whenever that observer detects that grass has been eaten, it will send a redstone signal to those dispensers. That will cause the dispensers to shear the sheep. At this point, add some shears to the dispensers. You can add any amount of shears to each dispenser, however, the more shears you add, the longer you'll be able to use this farm for before having to add more shears. By having 4 dispensers instead of just 1, you will get a lot more wool. The next step is to transport a sheep over to that chamber. I am now going to show you all how you can easily do that in survival mode. To do that, first place a block at each of these spots. Then place 4 blocks over here, and 4 over here. Then do the same thing on this side. Place 4 blocks over here, and 4 over here as well. Then place 2 blocks over here. Now go to this side of the farm. Then create a staircase from here to the ground. After you're done placing all those blocks, look for a sheep. Once you have found a sheep, hold some wheat. As you guys can see there, that will cause it to follow you. Now walk up here. Then jump over to this side. Once the sheep is over there, place 2 blocks over here and 1 at this spot. Then go over here. Now place 2 blocks over here. Once you have trapped the sheep over there, push it into that chamber. As you guys can see there, the sheep should now be in that chamber. At this point, break these blocks. At this point, if you place dirt blocks instead of grass blocks, once the grass has spread over there, break these grass blocks. This grass will then spread around this area. The grass in this area will spread onto that dirt block. I am now going to do a quick fly around so you can check and make sure you've made this wool farm correctly. Over here, there should be the sheep chamber. Make sure all the dispensers face the correct directions. Down here, there should be the collection system. This side of the farm should look like this. The back should have this redstone. Finally, this side should look like this. By the way, if you want to get a different color of wool from this farm, you can dye the sheep. I am now going to show you all how to use this farm. To use it, all you need to do is wait. Grass will automatically spread from those grass blocks to that dirt block. The sheep will then eventually eat the grass. That will cause it to regrow its wool. Whenever the sheep eats the grass, that observer will detect the change in that dirt block. It will then send a redstone signal to make all those dispensers shear the sheep. By the way, by having 4 dispensers instead of just 1, this farm will produce a lot more wool at a time. The wool that is harvested will then get collected by the minecart hopper, funneled into that hopper, and funneled into that collections chest. This farm is a great easy way to get a lot of wool. If you want to ensure this farm has enough light to grow grass at nighttime, I recommend you place a torch over here. If this farm stops working for you, make sure there are still shears in the dispensers. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this simple and efficient Minecraft Bedrock wool farm. Please like, comment, subscribe, and check out my other Minecraft videos. Thanks for watching.